Admiral Helena Brooks sat at the corner table, dressed elegantly but nervously tapping her fingers. The strongest woman in the Navy, decorated, respected, a legend among her crew, was now anxious over something she could never train for, a blind date. Her friend had insisted she try it after years of loneliness. Just go, her friend had said. You deserve love too, Helena. But as soon as the man walked in, she knew something was wrong. His eyes scanned the room, landed on her, and the disappointment spread over his face like a stain. You're Helena? He asked, his voice tinged with disbelief. She gave a hopeful smile. Yes, nice to meet you. Oh, he cut in, exhaling sharply. You didn't tell me you were this big. Her smile froze. He waved a dismissive hand. No offense, but I'm not into women who let themselves go. You should try, I don't know, maybe fewer desserts. She felt her throat burn, her eyes begging not to react. I'm an active-duty Navy Admiral. My life isn't exactly. Yeah, he snorted. But still, this is a blind date, not a charity event. Then he turned and headed for the door without waiting for a reply. Helena stared at the empty space where he had stood. Alone, embarrassed, humiliated in public. The waiter awkwardly removed the second glass of water. Nearby couples whispered. A few smirked. Even after all she had endured in war zones, this sting was somehow sharper. She stood slowly, shoulders heavy, ready to leave before her dignity shattered completely, when a gentle voice spoke from behind her. Ma'am, are you okay? She turned to see a man in a janitor's uniform, holding a mop, his eyes full of worry. His name tag read, Ethan Cole. She straightened herself. Yes, I'm fine. Just leaving. But Ethan didn't move aside. I don't mean to intrude. It just looked like that guy hurt you. If someone talked to my daughter that way, I'd probably mop the floor with him. She cracked a tiny smile. Your daughter? Ethan's face softened. Yeah, she's 9. Thinks I'm the strongest man on earth. I try not to disappoint her. For the first time that night, someone made her feel seen, not as an admiral, not as a rank, but as a human being. Thank you, Helena whispered. Most people pretend not to notice. I'm not most people, Ethan said. And there was something sincere, something steady in his voice. She looked closer. He seemed tired, like a man who had fought his own battles long before his shift started. His boots were worn, his hands rough, yet his eyes held warmth, not pity. I shouldn't keep you from your work, she said. You're not, Ethan replied. But, if you want to talk, or just sit for a minute, I can take my break early. She hesitated. She was a high-ranking admiral. He was a janitor. 2 worlds. 2 lives. It felt absurd. But loneliness doesn't respect rank. And her heart quietly said yes. They sat at a small empty table. Ethan listened without interrupting as she explained what happened. He didn't offer clichés or empty comfort, only genuine empathy. You know, he said gently, my wife left me for being too boring. Her words. I used to think I wasn't good enough for anyone. But my daughter, she reminds me every day that the right people see your worth even when the world doesn't. Helena swallowed the lump in her throat. I don't usually let things get to me. But tonight you were human, he said simply. Nothing wrong with that. For the next half hour they talked. About his daughter, about her ship, about favorite foods and childhood memories. Helena found herself laughing softly, the pain slowly dissolving. Then Ethan's phone buzzed. A message from his babysitter. He sighed. Everything okay? Helena asked. He hesitated. Our landlord raised the rent. I'm working extra hours to keep up. If I don't pick up more shifts, we might have to move. But moving means switching my daughter's school, and she finally made friends after years of struggling. I don't want to take that away from her. Helena felt a tug in her chest. She had resources, connections, but she also knew pride. Good men hate pity. So she said nothing. Not yet. Instead she walked with him to the back exit. You deserve someone who speaks to you with respect, Ethan said, opening the door. Not someone who decides your worth in one glance. And you deserve someone who sees how hard you're trying, she replied. There was a moment, just a moment, where their eyes held more truth than either expected. Then she cleared her throat. Thank you, Ethan, for being kind when I needed it. Anytime, Admiral. A week passed. Helena returned to base, but she couldn't stop thinking about the janitor who made her feel human. She searched for his name through the restaurant management. When she finally got his contact, she drove to his rented apartment complex. The building was old, paint peeling, kids playing in the hallway. She knocked on his door. Ethan opened it, startled. Admiral Brooks. She smiled. Just Helena today. His daughter, Lily, peeked from behind him with big shining eyes. Daddy, is she a soldier princess? Helena knelt. Something like that. Lily giggled. Helena stood and took a breath. Ethan, I have an offer. No strings attached. My base is hiring civilian custodial staff. Better pay. Benefits. School support for dependents. You'd have more stable hours, and Lily wouldn't have to move. Ethan blinked, overwhelmed. Why would you do that for me? Because you helped me when no one else did, she said softly. And because good fathers are rare. You deserve someone in your corner, too. His eyes filled with gratitude he couldn't hide. I don't know what to say. Say yes, Lily whispered loudly, tugging his hand. Ethan laughed through the emotion choking him. Okay. Yes. 3 months later, Ethan had a stable job on her base. Lily adored everyone. And Helena. She realized something terrifying and wonderful. She looked forward to seeing Ethan more than she should. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the ships, they stood on the pier watching Lily chase seagulls. You know, Ethan said quietly, that night at the restaurant, I thought I was helping you. Didn't realize you'd end up saving us too. Helena looked at him, truly looked. Ethan, you saved me more. Their hands brushed. Neither pulled away. For the first time in years, Helena didn't feel like an admiral, or a rank, or a role.